Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be reviewing the latest electric skateboard backpack from Atsa, the Atsa Everyday. After that, I'll be comparing the bag with its closest competitor, the Alterbags Native. If you're deciding between these two brands, I hope that by the end of this video, you'll have a clear idea of what the better electric skateboard bag is for you. Roll the intro and I'll see you in a minute.
I won't make it easy for you now. You got 2 minutes of my time, and I don't really break too easily, but I'm worth it, 'cause I'll slip into your dreams tonight. Oh, so give me your all. I'll take it to Mars. Oh, I'll stick like glue inside your mind. Oh, so give me your all. I'll take it to Mars. Oh, I'll stick like glue inside your mind.
Just watch me.
Hey, what's going on guys, and welcome back to the channel. It's been a while. If you're new around here, my name is Amar and I'm an electric skateboarder and content creator based in the UK. My goal for this channel is to be a resource for electric skateboarders through reviews, tutorials and ride videos. So if any of that interests you, smash that subscribe button and join the eSkater crew. As mentioned before, this video is split into two main sections. I'll first be unboxing and giving an overview of the newest Atsa Everyday backpack, covering every aspect of the bag and sharing my thoughts. Once that's out the way, we'll be comparing the Atsa to the latest native e-skate backpack from Alterbags. I think that when you're looking for a premium e-skate bag, these two bags are the final two options most people will be considering. So pitching them up against each other should really help you in making your decision. As well as the two main chunks of the video, I've also timestamped each smaller section so that you can jump around and only watch what's relevant for you. Now, I didn't purchase the Atsa bag myself, nor did Atsa send it to me to give a review. It actually belongs to a friend of mine, Omar Akhtar, who was super kind in sending his own bag for me to give a review. He literally hasn't even unboxed it yet, so huge love and appreciation to him for supporting the channel and what we've got going on here. Needless to say, this review will be totally unbiased. I have no affiliation towards either of these brands, and I do have some views in this video which some people might find a bit harsh, but as far as I'm concerned, if I'm not going to share my honest thoughts in this video, I may as well not bother making it at all. So with that said, let's get into the first section, that being the Atsa unboxing. So interestingly, this box actually has Fat Daddy tape all over it. So I'm guessing that Fat Daddy are a European distributor for Atsa, which is quite interesting. But yeah, let's get straight into the unboxing. Quite unceremonious, but it'll do. Fat Daddy sticker. And the bag itself. Now, credit where it's due, the packaging here looks absolutely superb. 10 out of 10 from me. That's really nice. So you've got a sort of mesh bag as well as the plastic bag before. And behold the Atsa bag. First impressions, this looks solid. It looks super high quality. Of course, I'm going to be putting it to the test and having a detailed look at every aspect of the board in a second. Bag, sorry, I'm so used to talking about boards. But yeah, I mean, it looks like the real deal. God, really compartments galore on this thing and literally zips everywhere you look. And yeah, it feels really solid in the hand. I'm super curious to test out these things, the magnetic buckles. But yeah, I guess that's the unboxing done. Let's move into the bulk of the video. So the Atsa bag boasts a plethora of features. Starting from the front of the bag, at the top, you have a robust rubberized handle to carry the bag, and then an inconspicuous pocket, which you may want to put your phone in or similar when on public transport. You then have two magnetic buckles, which will give you access to the upper roll top top of the bag. These buckles are very satisfying to do and undo, but they do take a little bit of getting used to. To access the bag from the roll top, you'll need to pull apart the magnetic panels and then undo a zip. You also have a zipper which spans around the circumference of the front of the bag and acts as an all-access zipper, where you can open the bag up to reveal all of its contents. Towards the center of the front of the bag, you have a small zipped pocket which is good for carrying small amounts of cash, for example. And at the bottom, you'll find a zip which opens up a helmet carrying pouch. This pouch will fit any half lid or full face helmet. Moving on to the back of the bag, and we find three things of interest here. First is the cushioning. Now this cushioning really does a good job of increasing comfort when you're carrying a board or any items which are heavy inside the backpack. You'll also find a hidden zipped pocket which sits right behind your lower back. With the positioning of this pocket, anything you put inside, like money or a passport for instance, should be safe, out of the reach of pickpockets. Finally, we find a durable luggage strap. When you're traveling with a smaller suitcase, you can slot the Atsa Everyday onto the handles of the suitcase to save you wearing the bag. The less weight you're carrying on your person when you're traveling, the better. But more on this luggage strap later on in the video. On the actual shoulder straps of the bag, which are well padded, we find phone holders on each strap. This is a feature I like because it's a very accessible place to leave your phone when riding. But also, I didn't really fancy using it much because if I took a fall, my phone's coming straight out and smashing the concrete. Also on the outside of the bag, we have water bottle holders and also a selfie stick holder. Now let's move inside the bag. The Atsa Everyday bag has two main compartments. The front compartment for all your large items which can be accessed by undoing the front zip or the roll top, and then the back compartment which stores your board. So starting with the main compartment, you'll find ample open space to carry what you need, and then also designated pouches and compartments. These include a laptop pocket, a gridded style organizer, small mesh pockets and pen holders, and then a large pocket which would be ideal for storing a charger or maybe a second board battery or similar. This compartment unzips from both the top and the bottom for convenience. Here's a quick demonstration of all of this bag's internal pockets in use. Moving on to the board carrying technology for the Atsa, this makes up the backmost portion of the backpack. So there's a few steps to hooking up your electric skateboard to the Atsa backpack. You first want to select the right size of board cover, depending on whether your board is a short board or a normal sized board, as the Atsa comes with both covers. Then fit the correct cover onto your deck and fasten the 3 clips. Next, you want to lay the board down onto the backpack with the motors at the bottom and the wheels facing the front side of the bag. Now fasten the 2 large clips which will secure the board to your bag, and then fasten the 2 bottom clips around each wheel to secure the bottom of the board to the bag. Next, close up the bag and do up the separate side zipper, and if you want, fasten the 2 topmost clips to compress the board to the bag some more. So now that we've gone through a quick whistle stop tour of the bag, it's now time to compare it to the Alterbags Native. So I've had the Atsa for a few weeks now, and I've been real world testing it in comparison to my Alterbags Native. And I'm now going to compare and contrast both bags to see where each bag shines and each falls short. If you want to see a detailed review of the Alterbag, check out my own review which I've left down in the description below. Let's first of all get the pricing out the way. While Omar got his Atsa Everyday for the impressive Kickstarter price of £123 or £142 with shipping, right now the bag retails for £234 or $325. The Alterbag Native Mini in gunmetal retails for just £100 or $140. That's less than half of the cost of the Atsa. Now straight off the bat, I have to tell you that between the two bags, whenever I was going out on a ride, I would always gravitate towards the Alterbag over the Atsa. One of these bags is user-friendly and practical, the other is not. I've spoken to owners of the Atsa bag who say that they don't know where to start when they first unbox it, because there's so much going on with the bag. So many compartments and so many features, and ostensibly you might be forgiven for thinking that a lot of features is a good thing, but for an electric skateboard bag that needs to be practical, really simplicity and ease of use is best, and the Alterbag Native definitely far outperforms the Atsa in that regard. Even just getting into the bag from the main zipper, the Atsa bag has 4 steps. Undoing each quick release buckle, stretching apart the magnetic top enclosure, and then undoing the zip. With the Alterbag, opening the bag from the top requires just 2 steps, undoing one main clip and unzipping the top enclosure. As a skater, I'm going to choose the more convenient option every time. This experience of having to put in extra efforts to use the Atsa bag is replicated in other aspects of the bag too. For example, when attaching a board to your Alterbag, you have 2 main straps securing your board to the bag and then a single strap from below to support the trucks. The Atsa has the same process but with 2 straps below the board to secure the trucks. Sure, it's not a huge deal to have an extra strap, but it's not really necessary, and I feel like it just decreases the efficiency of attaching a board to your backpack. Even when you consider the board covers for each bag, the Alterbag uses no straps and relies on an elastic cover, which is super convenient. But the Atsa covers have, you guessed it, 2 straps that you need to do up to properly fit the cover onto your board. And then with strapping a helmet to your bag. With the Alterbags Native, the process involves removing the helmet sleeve from the bottom of the bag, putting your helmet in place, then using 2 clips to secure the helmet holder to the bag. The Atsa has the same process, but with 2 additional clips on either side of the helmet. I honestly don't see the need for these 2 clips. I think there's a very clear theme going on here, and it's one of over-engineering. This might sound quite harsh, but I think Atsa have engaged in a huge box ticking exercise to pack as many features as possible into their bag, and as a result they've made it less than ideal and practical, in my humble opinion, as an electric skateboard backpack. Some of the features which I think are superfluous and gimmicky with the Atsa bag include the selfie stick holder. Does it work? Sure, but if you owned a 360 camera, you'd know all about the constant paranoia of scratching your expensive lenses. I would never ever have my camera mounted like that. I would just be asking to get scratches. If you have a GoPro, it wouldn't really work so well either, because the orientation will constantly be changing as you walk or ride. But in any case, I couldn't get my GoPro pole to fit anyway. I also found the suitcase strap to be a little gimmicky. When you put the bag onto a suitcase, one shoulder strap has nowhere to go and it doesn't look very good sticking out. It feels like this was just a last minute feature added to the bag to say, oh, and the Atsa bag has a luggage strap too, buy this bag. From an eSkater's perspective, one thing I really like about the Atsa is how they've incorporated German engineered magnetic buckles to undo the main compartment of the bag. I really love how satisfying they are to do and undo, and whilst it's a nice convenient feature to have, I would prefer if it were just 1 buckle as opposed to 2 so that I could get into the bag quicker. But I guess you could say that they went for 2 for aesthetic reasons. Magnetic buckles is a feature which the Alterbags lack. Now do bear in mind that the Atsa comes only in one size, and this size will carry practically any electric skateboard from mini boards right up to your LaCroix and 𝐀𝐭𝐬𝐚. The Alterbag, on the other hand, comes in 2 sizes, and the one I have is the mini. This caters for the vast majority of production electric skateboards, just not the huge bulky boutique boards. I actually prefer how Alterbags have given you, the rider, the option of choosing the right size bag, because unlike the Atsa, if you have a standard sized street or AT electric skateboard, you don't end up having to pay extra for features you don't need, like being able to carry very large skateboards. In terms of color options, Alterbags offer 3 colors: midnight black, gunmetal and dove grey, while the Atsa Everyday can only be purchased in black. So the Alterbag comes out on top in offering customers more colour and customization options. When it comes to build quality, both of these bags are generally manufactured to a very high standard. But I have to say, I think the Alterbag is built to a superior standard. One thing I really wasn't expecting with the Atsa, considering its price, is to find loose stitching in numerous places on the bag. I would never accept that from any bag which I spent $325 on, and comparatively the Alterbag, which costs half the price, had no loose stitching out the box, and its materials have held up really well for me over the last few months of intensive use. In terms of handles, both bags feature very robust and ergonomic handles which you can use to carry the bag even with a board inserted. I don't have any preference with one bag's handle over the other, although I do think both bags would benefit from having a side handle which would allow you to carry the bag with underneath your board, almost like a guitar case. I think that would make it a much more comfortable carrying experience. Another area where both bags could improve is that neither of them seem to sit upright when you leave them alone. At least with the Alterbag, I can cut it some slack because not having a bulky base means that I can compress the bag to a small size when not using its full capacity. But with the Atsa, it's already a really bulky backpack. So I would have really liked to be able to just drop the bag on the ground mid-ride and it stay upright while I got whatever I needed out the bag. I think when carrying electric skateboards, which can really hurt your back over time, waist straps are absolutely essential to keep the bag tight to your body. You'll be glad to know that this comes stock with the Alterbag, but with the Atsa, disappointingly, this is an additional accessory which you as the customer will need to purchase. Even though you're spending $325 already with this bag, you need to fork out an additional $23 for this waist strap. I think at this point it just gets a little bit ridiculous. Now, I've tested both bags' eSkate carrying ability by walking for 15 minutes while carrying an X-Wave Flex. Initially the Atsa was more comfortable, but by the end of the ride I preferred the Alterbags Native because I could really strap the board down tightly to my body with the waist and the chest straps, and because the board wasn't flopping around, it made for a much more comfortable experience. Another area where the Alterbag shines over the Atsa is in its reflective strips. Both of these bags feature reflective strips at the front, which are great for riding at night in traffic, and also strips on the shoulder straps. But only the Alterbag has these strips on the side pockets. So the Alterbag will actually help to highlight your presence to vehicles on either side of you, as well as those behind you and in front of you. When it comes to water resistance, both of these bags perform very well. As well as benefiting from water repellent materials on the outside, they both also utilize roll top designs, which means that water is very unlikely to make its way into the main compartment of your bag and reaching your valuables. The Atsa Everyday boasts features which are more akin to a premium bag for work and traveling rather than an e-skate bag. This is evident in the abundance of sleeves, pockets and pouches, and then travel specific features like the luggage strap and the discreet back pocket for your passport or wallet. Even where this bag tries to cater for e-skaters, whilst it does its job, it is completely over-engineered and not really very practical at all. Aside from its bulky size and weight, there are more straps on the Atsa Everyday than Matty Rogers has made blunders. Oh wait, that might be a little bit too much, but you get the point. There's so many unnecessary straps and buckles on this bag which make using it on a regular basis not very pleasant. If you don't want to buy the waist strap, you have to put up with two pretty big unnecessary buckles on either side of the bag. With the Alterbag, they have already thought of this, and if you don't want to use the inbuilt waist strap, you can very quickly and easily hide it away in its own small pocket by the bottle side compartment. It's for those reasons that I sadly struggle to recommend the Atsa as an e-skate backpack. I would rather really encourage you to check out the Alterbags Native, which, as well as being a much more ideal bag for e-skaters, is also a fraction of the price of the Atsa, so it's really a no-brainer. In fact, given what I saw from the bag's loose stitching, I wouldn't even recommend you pick up the Atsa as a standalone travel bag, because I might have really high standards, but at that price point I just don't think that's acceptable.
That's disgusting, and I hate that.
Anyway guys, that about does it for this review and comparison. I'm now going to announce the winner of the DopeGrip giveaway, which I ran on my last video. So I entered all the entrance names into Wheel of Names to make it fair, and Sean Judge was the winner. So huge congratulations to him. I've already contacted Sean and shipped out his new DopeGrip, and I hope that it helps him with his arthritis condition when riding. Coming up soon on the channel, you can expect some board comparison videos, as well as some fresh board reviews for some boards which I've just received, and I'm super excited to bring these videos to you guys. As always, make sure you've liked and subscribed so you don't miss them when they drop. Until then, I've been AS eSkater, you've been awesome, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. It's for those reasons that I sadly struggle to recommend the Atsa as an e-skate.
Just watch me.